Welcome. Today we're going to go over how to clock in and out with the e-time clock. You'll need your badge ID. This should be your employee ID or other number that you may be given, but it should be your clock ID in order to enter it here. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Yours will likely be 4 or more characters. Once I've added the number in, I'm going to click the green check mark, and this is going to bring me to my time clock. I've got the option to start my day, go to lunch, come back from lunch, end my day. I can request time off. I can view and approve my timesheets. And then of course I can log off. So to clock in, I'm just going to press start, punch accepted, and I can see that I'm in and it has logged me out. If I need to go back in, I simply enter my number again. Again, I can see my current status up here. I'm already in and the time that I'm in. I can click over here and select PTO request. I can see I have one that is pending. I am able to edit while it is in a pending status, but once it becomes approved or rejected, I can no longer edit or delete it. I can click here to see a list of all of them with notes, the statuses, and things like that for historical purposes. That's by clicking on PTO list. If I need to go back to a prior year, I could click this to go back to a prior year to be able to see those. I'll switch back to calendar view and I'll click add new PTO request. I'll come down and choose a date, and it's going to automatically go date 2. Now if I want it for a week, I might do something like Monday, and then I'll change this one to a Friday, 7/28 to 8/8. Number of hours per day is 8. Even if I had to go maybe to the 12th for whatever reason, we can. And after I've generated, I would simply delete the 9th and 10th. I'll show you that. So 8 hours a day, a note if you need to. And then choose the bank. You may only have one bank to choose from. You may have multiple. I can see how many hours I currently have left in this bank. And I would go ahead and click generate request. Now if it's a partial day and I'm just doing from the 28th to the 28th, I can uncheck all day, select the time that I'm going to begin my time off, and the number of hours. Maybe we would do 4. But for this one, we're going to do every day, basically all day. We're not splitting the day. We're going from 7/28 to 8/12, bearing in mind we still need to remove the 9th and 10th. So I click generate requests. Here they all are. I could edit individual ones if I needed to make, say, this one 7 hours for any reason. But I want to delete the 9th and the 10th. I don't need those. That's the weekend. Now these all look good. It's up to my supervisor to confirm, given the fact I've only got 16 hours remaining. But maybe next week I'll get a bank of 120 or something. So I can go ahead and just click confirm requests. It's showing me here that they've generated them. I click OK, and I can see down here, I can go forward to August. I can see my other ones I've done. So I'm all good as far as that goes. Again, I can edit from here and save it, but this is how I would request time off. You may have the option to click on PTO bank simply to view how many hours are left in your bank. We do have the ability for English or Spanish. So if I click on Spanish, then the areas I'm going into are going to be in Spanish versus English. The other area here I went to is view timesheets, and you see me using this menu item up here. That's because I'm out of the e-time clock area, or the clock in clock out area. If I wanted to go back to that, I can just click on the logo, and that brings me right here, and this is that view timesheet. It's the same up here, whether it's PTO request here or here, view timesheet here or here, whatever's easiest. I can just click view timesheet. I can click here to see if I have any missing or incomplete punches. They're going to show up in red. I do currently have missing punches, so I would need to get these to my supervisor to let them know what they need to fix them. I can go back to last pay period and see what I've worked last pay period. And since these are not real punches, I'm not worried about them, even though they're in this pay period as well. This looks good here. All I need to do is check and see if I have any overtime or anything, because this isn't going to show it. These are just the total paid hours, and it splits it up between worked and not worked. Not worked would be something like PTO, vacation, holiday, things like that. Unpaid are going to be things like lunch or any unpaid time that might be entered towards your timesheet for whatever reason. The dollars is simply a dollar amount if it's added to your timesheet. This could be bonus, tip, commission, things like that. This is not your rate times the number of hours you work. This is only for dollar amounts, bonus, tip, commission, things like that. I can see how much I did in week 1, click on week 2 to see how much I did in week 2. I can click the print timesheet, and I don't have this one set up yet, but that would give me a better breakdown of my overtime and things like that. So we'll just click return when we're done looking. If everything looks good for the pay period, we would click the approve button, agree to the attestation, and click OK. Pay period resolved successfully. I'm able to revert my approval up until the moment my supervisor or the payroll admin approves the timesheet. So if you ever come back and realize something is missing and there's no ability to revert it, you would need to speak with your supervisor to see if you can get that added in before paychecks are cut. Again, we can click here to go back, and that brings us right back to the main page of the e-time clock. Go punch for lunch, we can click lunch leave. I'm in for lunch. If I try to do it twice within the same minute, it's going to give me this. If I try to double click, it's going to take one punch and then it's going to tell me I have a duplicate. So don't let that worry you. You're more interested to make sure that you are where you need to be, or your status is what it needs to be. As long as this is good, then you're fine. That's all there is to utilizing the time clock, and thank you for watching.